Oh man, Captain America with a green/blue lantern ring, unstoppable. I would agree with that. What's up, guys? We're not supposed to start for like another 8 minutes, so I'm just gonna chill, hang out with you guys. Oh man, but wow, tons of people. Oh man, yeah. Officially, it doesn't start for 8 minutes, but I guess since I went live, we already got people showing up. What up, fams? The right now the thing is on like the chat's on slow mode. I wonder what would happen if I took off. No, it's not on slow mode. It's on regular mode. Okay, cool. See, I wonder what would happen if I took it off slow mode. And I can't figure out how to put it on slow mode anymore. There's manage moderators. Man. Oh, hey, by the way, for those of you guys who don't know, there is an artist named Ethan Van Sciver who is probably one of the best artists in comic books right now. He draws like Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. You guys, like, he does these live streams where he teaches you how to draw comics, and it's super cool. It's really awesome. Actually, I should link that in the. I should link that in the video or in the live stream. Ethan Van Sciver. Ethan Van Sciver drawing. I like how it says that. All right. There you go. I don't know if anybody will see that. Nobody's gonna see that. The chat's going too fast. All right, here. Let me update the description. Ethan Van Sciver's channel. There you go. Okay. If you guys just want to like update the subscription, then you guys will see that his link is down there. It literally says Ethan Van Sciver's channel. So, okay, Sam the Great 2. What would you do if a guy comes up to you and asks to be your avocado man wife? I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means. Steve Stifler. That's awesome. What about the Infinity Gauntlet Part 8? Where is it? Can you finally answer this since I have paid for it? The Infinity Gauntlet Part 8 had to be taken down because of copyright issues. Rest assured, I'll be going back and recovering all the Infinity Gauntlet videos. I'll be updating them in my current style. So you will get Infinity Gauntlet Part 8. Rest assured. Do not worry. Okay, let's see. Matt B, will we ever get a video for some of the classics like Zero Hour? I've thought about it, but I mean, I wouldn't really see a reason to do Zero Hour Crisis in Time. Maybe because Hal Jordan tries to kill the whole DC universe. I have no idea. Maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe we could. Honestly, I never really gave it too much thought in terms of doing like Zero Hour Crisis in Time. I mean, Zero Hour was never really like a big story. I mean, it was in the sense that it was kind of cool because it counted down backwards. For those of you guys who don't know, one of the biggest things about Zero Hour Crisis in Time is that after it was finished, it gave fans this kind of like 2-page spread about like the origin of when things happen. So like in this year, Superman arrived on Earth. In this year, Batman, Bruce Wayne became Batman. It was actually pretty cool in terms of how it all happened. Okay. The Tales Bijou, I guess. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I love your work. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the $10. I really appreciate that. Justin Clark, yo Rob, has anyone ever told you sound like Neil deGrasse Tyson? All the time. Usually it's you guys, but people tell me that all the time. So I appreciate that. He's a super smart guy. I could only ever hope to be as smart as Neil deGrasse Tyson, but he's a really cool guy. Have you guys read his book? What is it? It's astrophysics for people in a rush or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. Okay, so all right, let me answer a couple of super chat questions first, and then we'll jump into the super chats. Who do you think would win? Superboy Prime? Yes, I think Superboy Prime would win against himself. I don't know. Oh man. Let's see. How can Wolverine heal his adamantium? He can't. He cannot heal from his own adamantium. That's the whole idea of Old Man Logan, is he keeps getting older, and his adamantium doesn't, his adamantium basically keeps administering poisons in his body, so it wears down his healing factor. Red Hood versus Flashpoint Batman. Ooh. I want to say Red Hood. I want to say Jason Todd, but I don't know. I mean, Thomas Wayne seems like he'd be pretty beast. So seeing him in action, I don't know. I mean, he's like, we rise. That was one of the coolest things. All right, Logan Albrecht, I think it is. Hey Rob, big fan. Got a question. How much do you know about Marvel's Forget Me Not? He's my favorite, and I would love if you covered him in a video. I actually don't know much about him. I know that he's a mutant with the ability to make everybody forget that he exists, and so that's why nobody remembers him. But that's really all I know. I've never really done any research on Forget Me Not. From what I can tell, he's like an Omega level character, just because he can make everybody forget his existence. But I don't know how far reaching his powers are. I don't really know too much about that. All right, Omar Santana. Rob, not comics related, but you have any favorite hip hop artists, current or ever? Mos Def and Common. Those are two of my absolute favorites when it comes to hip hop. And Talib Kweli, which Black Star with Mos Def, that was definitely a pretty solid thing. Let's see. Do I play WWE 2K? No, I don't. I've thought about it, but no, I don't play WWE 2K. Pickle Rick versus Hulk. Pickle Rick. Hulk's never gone on a rampage as a pickle, so Pickle Rick definitely wins. That dude's a beast. Hey Rob, can a mutant power escalate? Yes, that was a Grant Morrison creation. Back when Grant Morrison took over the X-Men in 2001 with New X-Men, which, fun fact, Grant Morrison was writing a whole bunch of things at DC at the time. He'd written Doom Patrol, he had done The Flash when Mark Waid took a break. He wrote JLA, the revamped version of the Justice League, after the various endeavors to try to do Justice League International and Justice League Europe and so on. Anyway, Marvel was recovering from the comic bust of the mid-90s, and editor-in-chief Joe Quesada brought him over from DC and had him revamp the X-Men, so he changed their outfits, different things like that, introduced the romance between Emma Frost and Cyclops. But one of the things that he introduced was a secondary mutation. And it was the idea that a mutant will have a power, but if given enough time and if put under certain kinds of duress, that power will basically escalate. That power will expand and it'll become something more. And so that's when he gave like Emma Frost the diamond, the ability to turn into diamond. That was her secondary mutation. The funny thing about that is that her secondary mutation didn't initially emerge, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, it didn't initially emerge until ES4 Extinction, I think it was. The first story arc that he did with New X-Men. And then it was the death of all the mutants on Genosha when Cassandra Nova just like killed them all. And she emerged with Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And she basically was Diamond. And so that's where her secondary mutation came from. Let's see. So was Morrison's X-Men good? Yes, it was. Morrison's X-Men was extremely good. It was probably one of the most groundbreaking X-Men runs of all time. And I would say it's second only to Chris Claremont's run. But Chris Claremont wrote the X-Men for 17 years. So how do you compare a 17-year run to a run that lasted less than 5? So there's a lot that went on there. Bushy Brow 000. For the month of February, will you be doing any more content towards Black Panther? Is the Black Panther story? No, I've not covered any. No, I've not covered that. And yes, I will do Black Panther stuff in February. Usually, what I try to do on the month when a movie comes out, I just try to do like a huge dump on that character or team when that movie releases. So Wonder Woman, I did a lot of Wonder Woman stuff, or as much as I could get away with anyway, before people stopped caring. Like Thor, we're gonna do a ton of Thor stuff. We're doing Dan Jurgens' run up to the death of Odin, and then going into Ragnarok, and then we're going to do, or starting from the death of Odin up to Ragnarok. Then we're doing J. Michael Straczynski's run after Ragnarok, running all the way up through Fear itself and everything. So like, we're going to cover a ton of Thor stuff. You guys are going to know everything there is to know about Thor by the time I get done with you. Jiren versus the DC Universe. Who is Jiren? All right, someone tell me who this guy is, because I don't know who he is. And people keep asking me that all the time. They keep asking me about Jiren. And I'm like, who is Jiren? All right, I haven't watched Geekdom's videos. I've not watched his videos as much as I should have. And I saw your question. I need to do a video with Danny. I have not watched his videos as much as I need to, mostly because he blew me off at WrestleMania. And y'all can tell him that. When you guys need to tweet him out and say, Rob says he won't collab because you blew him off at WrestleMania. So because of that, Actually, he didn't. He and I just got super busy and we didn't get a chance to meet up. But we need to. Myself and Geekdom, we definitely need to meet up. But no, I don't know who Jiren is. So I don't know who he is. People keep asking me about it, but I don't know who Jiren is. So I guess I need to know. What do you think of the Black Panther trailer? Oh, dude. Okay. Here's the deal, man. As excited as I am about like Black Panther, I'm more excited about Michael B. Jordan as Eric Killmonger. Like I'm more excited about him because Michael B. Jordan, man, let me tell you something, dude. That guy, ever since I saw him in The Wire when he was a kid, and he was playing, dude, he was in that show. Dude, he is a standout actor. He's incredible. I'm really excited about him. I think he's going to be an incredible villain. I'm disappointed because I think Marvel's going to kill him off, which sucks because I'd really love to see him come back. But I am really excited about the trailer. It looked pretty amazing. Jared Ponzia, I think that's how you pronounce it. Hey Rob, my daughter's just getting into Batman and the Bat Family. What are some good stories to start on? Scott Snyder's Run. Start with the New 52, Court of Owls, Night of Owls, and just go from there. Just get don't do Detective. Detective's not that great in New 52, but just get New 52, Batman, and just have her read forward from there. Fair warning, some of the stories can get a little dark. When you get to Death of the Family, when you get to Endgame, those stories get kind of dark. And the Rob Corps will tell you, man, they get pretty dark. Oh, man. Okay. Ray Henry. Hey, do you know anything about what happened with Nate Gray in the current Marvel Universe? No clue. He's not been referenced once. There's neither hide nor hair of him. So my guess is as good as yours. Do Lucifer? I would love to, because I think the first story arc in Lucifer is like supposedly he killed God. So I'm I think it'd be kind of cool. I would definitely love to check that out. Okay, what do you think of a fight of Ghost Rider versus Etrigan? Gone, the form of man. Rise the demon Etrigan. I don't know. Ghost Rider I think would win, but again, I'm not that familiar with Etrigan, so I probably have to do some research to be able to give you a real answer on it. All right, to all the non-super chat people, we will answer your questions. I figure if somebody's going to give me cash, that I should definitely answer their questions. So, I'm trying to get to each of these. Who would be able to control the storm in Mjolnir? Oh, would Storm be able to control the storm in Mjolnir? As far as we know, yes. My assumption would be yes. She's been able to control cosmic storms. The problem is that storm is on an insane level. It's a storm that was capable of obliterating entire, I guess, solar systems or entire areas of the universe. So I can't tell you for certain. My answer would be yes. That'd be my knee-jerk response, but I can't tell you with any measure of certainty. Let's see. Who will win in a fight, Maestro Hulk or Doomsday? I don't know. Maestro Hulk, I would think. I would love to see Maestro Hulk win, but I think Doomsday might keep coming back. Maestro Hulk is smarter than regular Hulk. I mean, if it was Worldbreaker Hulk, definitely he would win. Maestro Hulk, don't know, because as far as I'm aware, Maestro is not as strong as Worldbreaker. So, the Red Samurai, when will you do a Elseworlds exchange? Maybe talk about Justice League Unlimited or Justice League Mortal for when Justice League movie comes out. I'd love to do an Elseworlds exchange, but the schedules of myself and Sal are crazy busy. So, usually whenever they do it, I don't necessarily have a chance to do it. But I would definitely love to. So, all right. Okay. So for the guys who are doing super chat, I'll answer your questions, but I try to go back and forth so that people, don't feel left out if they don't have the means to do super chat. So, Daryl B, what do you think about a Ronan the Accuser solo movie about his days as a Kree general? Honestly, Ronan was never really that interesting to me. At least the way he was done in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, didn't really enjoy it. Or Guardians of the Galaxy 1 rather. Didn't really enjoy it too much. I think it would be interesting, and it might do well, but I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of on the fence about it. I might check it out. I'm not 100% sure about that. Okay, DC: The New Frontier. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What about it? It's great. It's a great movie. I didn't read the comic, so, but I've heard it's really good. So, Jiren is more powerful than Beerus. Okay, so that's okay. I feel like some Dragon Ball Super fan out there is just like, he's stronger than Beerus. They're just like losing their mind. And you're just like, okay. I mean, it's, he's stronger than Beerus. Will I cover Mr. Miracle? Well, it's not done yet, but it is an amazing story so far. I really want to. That might be one of those videos, because I don't expect a video like that to do really well. That might be one of those videos where I just pepper alongside something else. Like I just double stack it with something else that, I think that will do well. So, Okay. We need to do a couple of these super chats. Oh, Danny Garcia just gave me $5. Well, I appreciate it, Danny. Thank you. That is appreciated. D Less. I'm better educated about comics because of you, Rob. Thanks. Superboy Prime versus Worldbreaker Hulk. Worldbreaker Hulk wins. Superboy Prime is cool, but he ain't Worldbreaker Hulk. So I don't know though. I take that back. Maybe Superboy Prime would win. That would take some thinking. I mean, that would take. See, the problem is that we haven't seen. They've never fought each other. They never had a reason to, and what they've done doesn't line up. It'd be different if Worldbreaker Hulk like killed everybody. Then that would be a whole different kettle of beans. But like, I mean, we don't know that he would be that powerful. So I have no idea. Maybe he would. I have no clue. All right. Message retracted. Okay. I guess they took their message away. At Comics Explained. Wow, we just got a ton of super chats. Franklin Richards versus Goku. You guys are all about. Okay, I'm gonna hold off on the versus questions for a while because you guys are all about the versus things. I don't know. Franklin Richards, with the power he has, could probably just phase Goku out of existence, and that would be the end of that. And it seems like it would be pretty straightforward. I mean, that would be my thing. Okay, Rob, this from Sire, New York. Rob, when will you cover the issue where the Hulk knocks the Thing's rocks off? What? I didn't even know that happened. All right, I need to I need to look that up. Where he knocks the rocks off his body? Is that what you're talking about? Because like I need to check that out. All right, The Terror of Death. $5, thank you. Hey Rob, I was wondering if you could please cover DC 1 Million. It's my favorite Grant Morrison story. Yes, it's in the works. I definitely have that on my schedule. When I'll get to it, I'm not sure. It keeps getting pushed back, but it's definitely on my schedule. Danny Garcia, can you explain the hierarchy of the DC Universe gods, aka the new gods and the old gods, in relation to the DC heroes? Yes, I was thinking about that the other day, actually. I was running over that, and I was like, I should cover something along those lines. So I definitely will. I'll definitely grab that. All right, Scotty Rob, who is powerful enough to beat Highfather's and Darkseid's father, Yuga Khan? Also, can you do a DC Comics explain on him? I have no idea who would be more powerful to defeat him. I mean, he's the highest of the gods. So I don't know, or highest of the old gods anyway. I honestly have no earthly clue. When are you going to finish Vision? Also ready for Imperious Lex? Yes, I'm ready for Imperious Lex. It's going to be solid. I thought I finished Vision. I'll have to go back and double check. What's good? Good and cheap way to order and read comics for both DC and Marvel. Cheapgraphicnovels.com, I believe, is a really good website. That's the one that Dave used to use from the weekly pool, if you guys remember him. Jeff Shiflett, rumor has it John Kent will become Superboy Prime. How would you feel about it? Okay, for those of you guys out there who are not familiar with this, and Benny was the one who told me about this, Benny over at Comic Historian, there is a crossover happening this winter that will feature Superboy, and I think it's like the Super Sons of Tomorrow. And in the story that we saw, it was this vision Superman had of fighting his own son. And the on-running theory is that Superboy will become Superboy Prime, that the son of Superman will become Superboy Prime. So I think it'd be kind of cool, to see his son become Superboy Prime. I think that'd be kind of awesome. Okay, so some non super chat questions, because I want to make sure these guys get some attention, they get some love. How can I buy a Rob Core ring? There is currently not a place for you to buy one yet. I'm trying to get a place figured out, but there's not a place for you guys to buy one yet. Let's see. What about, okay. Goku is awesome, but just gives too many chances. I mean, he likes to test people. Man, Franklin will beat him in an instant. Well, it depends, because Franklin's not a terrible person either. I imagine their fight would be more of a conversation than an actual fight. Please do The Walking Dead. Walking Dead is coming back when the show comes back on, because nobody watches it when the show is off the air. Hey Rob, when are you going to continue DC Universe history, since it's been almost a year and you haven't done part 2? People weren't interested in part 1, so I just kind of said, okay, and just sort of called it a day. Maybe I'll go back and revisit it, but I mean, there didn't really seem to be a whole lot of interest for it, so I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Please do a DC's The Spectre video. He's actually on my list of Omega Beyond Omega level characters, so the Spectre is definitely there. Lexington, Kentucky is home. It is to a degree. I do miss it. I do definitely miss Lexington. Okay. Let's see. All right, Andy Stone, Rob, Canadian Rob Core here, from the Canada branch. Are you going to cover any of the new Old Man Logan stuff? I've been covering that. We're current. The only thing that we haven't done is the one where he fights Maestro Hulk and the Hulk family. But we're current on everything else. It's in the Wolverine playlist. Jim Kosei, I guess it is. Hey Rob, new to comics here. Read Injustice, Dark Side Wars, some New 52 Batman so far. Can you recommend a starting point for DC Rebirth? Read Green Lanterns. If you want to get into Green Lantern continuity, read Green Lanterns. That one is definitely one of the absolute best. I also have a huge playlist for the DC Rebirth stuff. Flash is also a really solid one. Rob Core from Kentucky representing. Really, like what part of Kentucky are you from? Also, could World War Hulk be beyond Omega level? No, because he's not a universal threat. He's just a planetary threat, so he's not powerful enough. Let's see. Please give us. This is Eric Coachman. Please give us a story on Superman family, and do a story on AOA. What's AOA? I don't know what AOA is. I have no idea what that is. What happened to Rob Explains? I know about the PC gaming fiasco. I just want a reason from your mouth. Oh no, I just got tired of all those crazy gamers and shit. Like, pardon my language. I was like, okay, we're done. Like, if they're gonna freak out over something that stupid, then I was like, whatever. But I may just revamp it and turn it into like a vlog channel or something along those lines. I don't know. I may just kind of delete it entirely and just go with something else. I have no idea. Let's see. Hey Robbie boy, will you ever come back to the Superwoman and New Superman and the other Superman family characters? Yes. I've been meaning to do that. I've been meaning to get back into them. I love New Superman and I love Superwoman. The Superwoman run's actually coming to an end. I think that DC is getting rid of it. I know that DC does have a cancellation coming up, and it's the first cancellation of DC Rebirth, and it was actually huge news. I can't remember which one it is. Maybe it's Superwoman. I don't remember off the top of my head. But if it is true, I'm going to be disappointed because they've had one heck of a track record. Marvel usually cancels stories, like they'll release 6 issues, and if there's no pre-orders, they'll just cancel it like that and just be like, we're done, and just call it a day. So it's kind of weird. Can I talk about Legion again? What do you want me to talk about Legion with? I don't know what you want me to talk about. Wow. Madra, $30. Holy cow. I've heard the Joker Batman is supposed to explore the idea of a Batman who killed Joker, but it turns out, who kills him becomes the Joker. Could the Joker Batman in Metal be from Killing Joke in a universe where he did kill him? I have no idea, but that is an amazing theory where Batman actually killed the Joker at the end of the Killing Joke and becomes the Joker. Okay, Age of Apocalypse. Okay, cool. I would definitely be down with that. Like, that would be pretty solid. Yes, I would love to cover that. That'd be pretty awesome. That would definitely be one of the coolest things. Do you think Aquaman in the Justice League trailers seems comic book accurate? I don't know, and I don't care because he is amazing. I don't care how accurate he is, dude. Okay, like if you guys are excited to see Aquaman in the Justice League movie, just type in yes in the chat. Just type yes because I am very, very excited. I'm very excited to see him. All right, Mr. Murphy, D Murph, 48 Murph. Since Sentry is stronger than Superman Prime, doesn't that mean Goku would never have a chance to beat him? I don't know. That's power scaling, and I don't really use power scaling just because it's not. You can't take it as an absolute. It's a fun way for fans to basically argue things, but you can't take it as an absolute just because it's power scaling. You can make any character the most powerful character in existence when you use power scaling. So, all right, Edward Howard, thank you for getting me into comics. I never read them until I started watching your channel. What do you think about Black Panther's new plant? New planet. I think it's cool. Black Panther having a new planet, Planet Bast. I'm excited to see where that goes. I definitely hope it will, I think Ta-Nehisi Coates is still going to be writing it. If you haven't been reading Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther, it's actually some of the best Black Panther writing in recent memory. And I do not take that lightly because Christopher Priest's run was super good. But it's some of the best Black Panther writing that I've seen in years. I'm really excited to see where it ends up going. I hope that he's going to stay on board, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked up who it is that's writing the new Marvel Legacy Black Panther run. All right, Graham Hope, will you ever do more Rick and Morty comics? Probably not. I really couldn't get into the comics. The comics were, it was fun to do the Omega Beyond Omega level thing, but that'll probably be the extent of it. I couldn't really get into the comics too much, so I kind of left them behind. God, I really should have made myself look good for this thing. I look like I'm kind of in a rough patch. Okay, I have a question for you guys. All right, I have a question for you guys. All right, because you guys ask me these versus videos all the time. All right, who do you think would win? Superman 1,000,000 or Dr. Manhattan? Who do you think would win? I'm kind of curious because I imagine some people are like, Manhattan. They didn't even think about it. They just typed in Manhattan. I can guarantee that's what's gonna happen. Oh wow, we just got a huge dump of super chats. All right, let's see. Scotty Rob, can you do a Comics Explained video on the worst villain group ever, Section 8? Oh, dude, it's funny because I have that script sitting around and it's just waiting. Dude, Section 8 was, I know exactly who you're talking about. I had my writer, Sean, write a script for that. Yes, I have that. I have that in the works. Yes, it's on its way. Section 8 was a terrible super event. They were a terrible group. All right, Blake Perry. In the event that World War Hulk and Claw got in a fight, who would win? World War Hulk, hands down. All right, wow, Scotty Rob, another $5. Thank you. Can you do a Comics Explained video? Oh yeah, you asked about Section 8. Okay, cool. I'm trying to get caught up on these super chats. So, and then we have one more, I think. Okay. Hey Rob, thanks for all your videos. You got me into reading comics. And could you do Goku for an Omega level? Yes, that's definitely coming up. And that's why I need to get with Danny, like Omega beyond Omega level. Goku with, he has something called Ultra Sense or something like that. No idea what it is. Like no clue what Ultra Sense is. I have no idea. Okay, let's look at the responses. So Manhattan, Super Manhattan. Somebody had to just be a smart aleck. Super Manhattan. New Jersey would win. 1 million, Dr. Manhattan. It seems kind of split. I don't know who would win. I just think it'd be kind of interesting. How will Infinity War work without Silver Surfer? I think they'll replace him with the Vision. I have no idea. I don't know. Who do you think would win in an all-out fight, Sentry or versus all-out Goku? All-out Goku, I think, would pull it against the Sentry. Yeah, that I think would end up pulling it. Wow. Murphy asked that question 3 times. Okay. Let's see. What do I think of the Black Panther? I love the Black Panther trailer. I thought it was pretty amazing. It's definitely one of the best trailers out there. I'm super hyped. Somebody asked that question already? I'm super hyped about it. Okay, Venom versus Venom. Okay, we already did Venom versus Superman. I feel I'm not behind on questions, am I? At least I don't think I am. Rick and Morty and Marvel or DC if you had to choose? Marvel. Just because I feel like they would fit in with Deadpool. I feel like they would fit in perfectly with Deadpool. All right, Rob, are you going to do more rundown episodes? They are by far my favorite vids on your channel. Yes, I'm actually working on revamping the concept of the rundown because some YouTube channel, and I'm not going to say who, tried to steal my idea of the rundown and make a YouTube channel on it, and I'm getting ready to steal it back. Let's see. Saitama versus anyone. Saitama. He's One Punch Man. He beats everybody in one punch. It's definitely Saitama. I don't know who else it would be besides him. All right. Wow. All right. Ecrip, I guess it is. Can you review Invincible? The story is awesome and one of my favorites. Plus, it's about to end. I tried to do Invincible, the first volume, and couldn't really get into it. Wow, we just had like a ton of super chats that just dropped. I tried to get into it, and I couldn't really dig it too much. I think it's okay, but I couldn't really get behind it. Holy cow, Jesus. Wow. Okay, we just had a ton of super chats drop in here. Holy cow. All right. I'm going to try to answer these as best I can. Let's see. Okay. Dan Botorf, could you make a musical about any hero? If I could make a musical about any hero, who would it be? I would write a musical about Squirrel Girl. I'd do one about Deadpool. I think it'd be amazing. Evan Wellen, thank you for $5. All right. We did Ecrib. That was Invincible. Okay. So that is, for some reason, it's doubling up on super chats, which is kind of weird. Okay. Wakeboarder 19, are you coming to the West Coast, and what is your vape setup? I don't know when I'll come to the West Coast again. I like coming to the West Coast. I definitely love being there. My vape setup is on Twitter. I'll post it on Twitter if you're interested in it. Just because I know there are some people here in the chat who are of a younger age and don't need to know about that kind of stuff. So let's see. Composite Barry Allen versus Batman. Infinite prep time. Bloodlust, no morals. Well, Batman, of course. Just ask anyone who's a Batman fan. I would say The Flash easily. Let's see. Could you do DC's Justice? Oh, are you talking about the world's greatest superheroes? I definitely want to do that. Like, I want to do that when Justice League comes out. I interrupted your Comics Explained binge. I interrupted your binge on the middle of my own videos. More Ultimate Thor 3D print rings. No, I mean that was the only Ultimate Thor thing I wanted to do, and I only did that just to get ready for Unworthy Thor, or not Unworthy Thor, the Thor video where where the Ultimate Hammer drops on Earth. That was the only one that I plan on doing that with. All right, Professor Green, ever heard of the channel Dope Spill Comics? You two would make an awesome team. I copied my channel. All right, Unbeatable Squirrel Girl sucks. I don't know about that. I mean, I guess kind of, not really. I mean, she's got her own thing. What's your comic book? My favorite comic book that I own. My favorite comic book that I own is a comic that I got signed during my first meetup, and it's an A-Force comic, which I loved. I loved Secret Wars. Loved A-Force from Secret Wars 2015, the tie-in. No, I had that autographed or had it signed by all the fans who showed up at the meetup. So, yeah, that one I definitely enjoy. It's probably the most valuable one that I own. So Saitama's Omega level? Yes. Yes, he is. Okay. God, these things are like, the comments are coming in at just like a bunch at one time. All right. Rob, have you watched Ben 10? And if so, can you do a Omega or Beyond Omega level? Never watched Ben 10. Don't even know what Ben 10 is. I have no clue. Let's see. Can you do New Mutants Demon Bear Saga? Probably not. I mean, that's old school. As far the oldest I'm willing to go back is probably the farthest that I'm willing to go back is probably the Mutant Massacre, maybe, and that would be about it. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. I didn't miss a super chat, did I? Okay, cool. Stephen Harris, if Deadpool was to star in a remake of Boys in the Hood, who would Deadpool play? He would play Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character. Oh man. Rob, who would you cast as Darkseid in the DCU? To play the voice? Probably James Earl Jones. Because I think he'd have to be a digital character who's voiced, and I think James Earl Jones would be a really good one. Either that or the guy who was in Pontypool and played the radio guy. I can't remember what his name is. If you guys, dude, go check out Pontypool. That is amazing. Like that show is amazing, or movie's amazing. Turn on slow mode. Slow mode is. Oh no, maybe slow mode's not on. I can't remember how to turn on slow mode. I can't remember how to turn it on. I can't remember. No, those are emojis. I don't want emojis. Okay. Rob, are there any male Star Sapphires? Hal Jordan was a Star Sapphire at one point. I don't think anybody else was. No, was John Stewart a Star Sapphire? Somebody let me know. I think maybe he is. Let's see. Would you ever cover the Wildstorm comics? And if not, can you give me a quick rundown of them because they look interesting? I've never read Wildstorm, so I wouldn't say that I wouldn't cover them, but I've never read them, so I couldn't even begin to give you an explanation on them. I know that Wildstorm was founded by Jim Lee, and I know it was isolated from the rest of the DC continuity and was rolled in during New 52, but I never read it, so I have no idea. Let's see. The guy who played General Zod would be good. Michael Shannon? Yeah. I mean, he'd probably be a good Darkseid, but he was already General Zod, so... Well, then he became Doomsday, like a nasty, screwed-up-looking Doomsday. Do an episode as Morty? No, I'm not going to make one of my videos as Morty. That would become really annoying really fast. So no, I'm not going to do that. Connor Nagel, $10. Thank you, Connor Nagel. I appreciate that. Okay, the reality of bipolarity. What a name. Sylar from Heroes versus Rogue from X-Men. Wow. Dude, that is a good one. Probably Sylar. I'd say probably Sylar. I'd say it would probably definitely be him. Just because he would just pin her in place and then, do his thing and take her brain. You think I eat brains, Claire? That's disgusting. Let's see. I think Hunter Zolomon will appear in Rebirth? Probably not. I don't think so. If he was, he would have appeared more in The Flash. So, let's see. Can we get a video on Phantom Stranger? Maybe as an Omega level thing, but I mean, there's not really a reason to cover him as a character because we don't know anything about him. Like, we don't know his origin. We don't know. He's just there. He's just this guy who's there and nobody knows anything about him. He just lives up to his namesake. So, let's see. Yeah, it's me, Matt89. Rob, when are you going to get into audiobooks, audio comics? I would buy them. Also, Vader versus Gambit, Darth Vader. I actually just finished recording an audiobook for part of Treasure Island. So, that's I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. I want to move into my new house and get like a soundproofed room, and then worry about that. Rob, why are you so awesome? I don't think I'm that awesome, but I appreciate it. I'm glad you dig it. I'm loving these live interactions on your channel. Would you ever consider doing Marvel DC movie watch alongs on Twitch or YouTube? I would love to, but as far as I'm aware, that's no territory when it comes to copyright. Like, you'll get your channel shut down. So I would love to do that, but that's not possible. I'd get my channel closed, and I don't want to do that. Captain America Steve Rogers with a Green Lantern ring versus Hulk with a Red Lantern ring. Who would win? Hulk. It would just be unbridled rage. I mean, he'd be a force of nature. He'd be a multiversal entity. So, Rob, what tone theme should the Nightwing movie take to be most successful? A blend between the darkness of Batman and the hope of Superman is what it would take. It'd have to be this happy medium. Nightwing himself would have to be a guy who is hopeful, living in a city that's dark and drabby, because Bloodhaven is just like this really terrible place. All right, those of you guys who are doing super chats, I appreciate it. Give me 1 second. Let me grab some of these questions from people who were not super chatting, so they don't feel left out. Rob, you are great. When are you coming to Houston, bro? That comes from Zachary Nunn. I don't know if I'll be coming to Houston, but I'll be coming to Texas to hang out with Trailer Drake sometime soon. I need to get with him again and go hang out. One of the things that I've noticed that you guys love is seeing YouTubers meet. Our YouTubers are crossing over. Yay! Like, you guys get so excited about that. And it's so funny to me because back before I got into YouTube, I used to watch Hutch and CNanners all the time. And I still do. I still watch their content every day. Well, CNanners not so much because he uploads like a video a week or something like that now. But I still watch Hutch. I watch his videos and his live streams, which, if you guys don't know who Hutch is, you guys need to go check out his channel, Sean0728. Super cool guy. He does philosophy and stuff like that, which I love. I love talking about stuff like that. I've always wanted to be on Camp Hutch, but I don't know. I don't know if that ever be possible. But like, I used to, like, they would cross over and they would hang out when they were in Machinima Respawn, and I was so excited. I was like, oh man, my two favorite YouTubers hanging out and working together and doing stuff. You guys love crossovers? Yes, you do. Can you do the new Punisher Platoon comics? As far as I know, it's just the when it finishes, sure, but I don't know how long it'll be. I know Marvel's doing some of them twice a month, and they're doing some of them once a month, and so I don't know if that's going to be one that comes out twice a month. So, let's see. Can you do the story where Superboy Prime tortures Mr. M? I don't know about that story. Please do a Beta Ray build for Omega level video, please. I may end up doing that like the weekend before Thor comes out. Actually, well, no, my guy's already, I think he's already sending it to me for this weekend. What is the one that I have coming out this weekend? I don't remember which one it is that comes out this weekend. Which one did I ask him about? Hold on 1 second, guys. You guys will get like a sneak preview of the one that's coming out this weekend. Maybe if I can pull up Facebook. Pull up my chat. I don't even think Ryan's in here, but I don't remember which one it was that I asked him to do. Ryan. Let's see. Oh, Yellow Lantern Superman. That's the Omega Beyond Omega level coming out this weekend. So next weekend will be Thor, and then we might do Beta Ray Bill after that. So I'm not 100% sure. Have I read The Runaways? Not in a long time. Not in quite some time. I'm confused on Dark Knight's Metal. Does it take place before or after the current individual runs? It ties in, but that is kind of the weird thing. The tie-ins do get a little strange in terms of how they fit into continuity. So at one point they said the Phantom Stranger is Judas Iscariot. Just wanted to share that. Jason Shiflet, thank you, Jason. I caught that just in the nick of time. Okay, let's see. Comic Goblin. Rob, what are your thoughts on the Night Owl being Rorschach and Doomsday Clock? It makes sense to me. I don't think that's what happened, though. I do not think that's what took place. I think that Flashpoint happened. I think that Rorschach was resurrected by the events of Flashpoint. I think that the events of the original Watchmen still happened, but I think Dr. Manhattan was not affected. Or he saw the events of Flashpoint take place and became curious about the DC universe. I think that's how he's involved. I think it's legitimately Rorschach. I think it's actually him who's alive. James Hidalgo, $5. Thank you. Would you do a character explain on the Slingers? I've been reading Ben Reilly, The Scarlet Spider, and saw that they make an appearance. I don't even know who they are. I haven't read Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider yet. I need to, but I am not by any means caught up. So I should probably check that out because I don't know who the Slingers are. Let's see. Rob, is there a chance I could be part of the Rob Corps? You already are if you're in the chat. If you're subbed to my channel, you're part of the Rob Corps. So even if you're not subbed to the channel, you're part of the Rob Corps, whether you want to be or not. So let's see. What female superhero would you most like to eat a pork chop off my what? Power Girl. That's always the right answer. Power Girl. Dean Botorf. Yo, dog, you ever smoke some of that good wacky tobacco? Look at this guy's question. You ever smoke some of that good wacky tobacco? Like you ever kick Spidey out of the bed and take Mary Jane to the smoke zone? My guy. Defo not a cop, by the way. The questions you guys ask crack me up sometimes. Yes, I want to cover The Flash by Jeff Johns. No, I don't do that. That's not my thing. So that's not my thing. When will I cover the identity of Mr. Oz? When the story finishes, because right now the Oz effect is still going on, as far as I'm aware. Please read JLA Act of God, also using Batman of Japan and Jamie Reyes Blue Beetle as examples. What other kind of Japanese superhero inspired characters would you like to see in DC and Marvel? Like Green Lantern, I think would be kind of cool. Something along those lines. I don't know. I mean, the whole idea of new Superman, you know, like a Superman from China and the whole, you know, that part of the world, being able to see like superheroes represented there, I think is actually super cool. And I'm really interested to see how that goes. What are you expecting, wanting in Darkseid's eventual return come December? Darkseid versus Manhattan, also a mega level video on Darkseid? Definitely. No idea. I mean, I'm expecting him to launch an attack against the Justice League. That's kind of what I'm expecting to come out of it. So, Rob, what's your opinion on Alan Scott the Green Lantern? Love Alan Scott the Green Lantern. Definitely one of the most important Green Lanterns ever created because he was the original and he set the standard for all the Green Lanterns that came later. So, he is pretty solid. He's definitely one of my favorites. Paul Luna Salinas, what do you think of Rebirth Nightwing run so far? It's my favorite. What is yours? Loved it. I absolutely love it. I haven't finished Blockbuster yet, but I do absolutely love it. I think The Flash is my favorite coming out of Rebirth so far. You know, it's the best thing coming out of DC Rebirth. I think The Flash is probably my favorite so far. It's pretty solid and definitely enjoyable. Do you think DC dropped the ball with Doomsday and Batman vs. Superman? I believe they should have done Bizarro. I think they totally screwed up with Doomsday. I think it was too big, too fast. I think that's the biggest problem with Batman vs. Superman is I think they basically tried to make it out to be a mini Avengers-esque movie, and they just did way too much with it. A lot of that stuff, Doomsday could have been saved for a later date. The death of Superman definitely should have been saved for a later date because now he's already died. What are they going to do? Kill him again? At that point, he becomes the most inept superhero ever. So, I mean, I think they torched a lot of possible stories in the future by just doing too much too fast. That being said, there are still a lot of other stories they could do. Flashpoint, different things like that, which supposedly is supposed to be their great big huge thing, but I don't know. Let's see. Rob, what did you think of that last issue of Amazing Spider-Man? Haven't read it. I guess I should, but I haven't seen it yet. Beyond Omega Level Super Goof? No idea who that is. Let's see. All right, a couple more questions, guys, and then I'm going to bounce off here. Do you think Vegeta could be stronger than Goku? I would like to think so. I mean, there were brief moments where he was, but I don't know. I mean, not consistently across the board, always stronger. It was never Goku keeping up with Vegeta. It was always Vegeta keeping up with Goku. But Vegeta is my favorite character in all of Dragon Ball. I absolutely love his character because he's the Prince of Saiyans. Dude, I love that, man. Like in the English dub, when he talks about how he became Super Saiyan for the first time, he was like the Prince of Saiyan. What is it? He was like, I am the Prince of all Saiyans once again. Like it's dude, those little promos they used to cut at the beginning of Toonami were so cool when they were doing like Dragon Ball. Dude, those things were so amazing. You know what? I'm gonna go watch some Dragon Ball as soon as I get done with this. Watch some Dragon Ball Z. Get all caught up again. Let's see. I have a question for you, Rob. If the Hulk had a Red Lantern ring and was able to use Thor's hammer, would anyone be able to stop him? Nope. He would destroy the universe. Let's see. SpongeBob is Omega level, right? No. He's just a guy with square pants that lives at the bottom of the sea. So, let's see. Hey, Rob, what are your thoughts on Rick and... Yeah, I couldn't get into Rick and Morty too much. The show's interesting, but it depends on the episode. Sometimes it's my kind of humor and sometimes it's not. So... let's see. What are your thoughts on the revelation of the Mr. Oz identity? Greetings from Argentina. Wow, Mattias Danderfer, I think is how you pronounce it. I apologize if I've screwed that up. I think the identity reveal is kind of cool. I think that I hope it's a red herring. I hope there's something else going on. But if that's who it really is, then I can work with that. I mean, that's cool. You know, I'm interested. Regardless of how the reveal went, I would be excited to see where it goes. So, let's see. Could you do an Omega level, beyond Omega level video on Saint of Killers? That's from DC, right? I have no idea who that is. I think it's from DC, but I've heard the name, but I don't know. That sounds like a cool name though. Let's see. It's Franklin Omega or beyond Omega level? Beyond Omega level. Let's see. Please, Rob, please cover the Punisher versus Dread. I've never read that. Beyond Omega level, Phantom Stranger. Yeah, I mean that's definitely a video that I would make. Remember, there's a lot of characters that we haven't done yet that we would definitely do videos on somewhere along the line. Let's see. Hey Rob, it's Poos. What's up? Yeah, I'm having a pretty good day. I will be on Destiny 2 probably here in about 20 or 30 minutes and covering the weekly stuff, and then I'll be off for the rest of the week. So, let's see. Rob, have you checked out Batman White Knight 6-issue run? And issue 1 is amazing. Not yet. I think it's going to be pretty solid. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. So, iDubbbz with a Pink Lantern ring versus Right Scum Hulk. iDubbbz, man. Those Content Cop videos, man. Content Cop kills channels, dude. It's nuts. Content Cop's hilarious to me. I hope I don't ever end up on one. So, and if I do, I hope it's like a parody, like not a serious one. But yeah, iDubbbz is pretty interesting. His videos are pretty entertaining. So, let's see. Rob, do I read digital or print? I read digital every time I get my comics. The only time I ever buy print is if it's a very important comic or something interesting. Like I bought the print versions of like Dawnbreaker. I bought the print versions of like Red Death and the print versions of Dark Knight Metal #1. But those are just for me to have. I don't really plan on selling them or anything like that. Let's see. Beyond Omega level Stan Lee. Probably. I think that'd be kind of an interesting one to do on a Stan Lee one. It would be just my luck, though, that I would do it on a day that Stan Lee passes away, not realizing he had passed. And I would just be like, really? You know? But no, what I want to do, Rob, I should try ASMR, just saying. I thought about doing that at one point, do like an ASMR channel. No idea what I would say. I have no idea what I would do. Just like read stuff, like read the dictionary. I have no idea. Rob reads the dictionary. Let's see. Kirkland Fallis, will I be attending Denver Comic Con in 2018? Now that I've moved to Colorado, maybe do a panel. Never really planned on it. I'm definitely cutting down on the number of panels that I go to, the number of cons I go to, just because of the fact that as much as I love meeting up with fans, between buying this house and just trying to get everything organized and settled, it's not going to leave a whole lot of room for me to go on a whole bunch of trips. With the production studio we're launching out here, with what we're doing on Eligible Monster and Comics Explain and the other ventures I'm branching off into, not going to leave a whole lot of time for me to go to a whole lot of cons. So I'm probably going to have to be a little, be a little, I guess, slim on how I do those. A little picky, I guess. Michael Wood, is Claw the Hulk's Hulk the most powerful of Banner's alternate personalities? No, that's not the most powerful. I would say World War Hulk is the most powerful, followed by Maestro Hulk. Okay, guys, one more question, then we're gonna bounce off here. Rob, first super on YouTube ever. Thank you, Joe B. Would you cover the Justice League Power Rangers crossover and Boom's run on Rangers period while listening to MMPR intro on loop? Mighty Morphin Power Rangers intro on loop. No, one, that intro would get a copyright claim. And two, I never got into the Power Rangers comics. I tried to check them out, couldn't really get into them. Maybe that'll change. Maybe I'll read them in next year and absolutely love them. But with my state of mind at the moment, I couldn't really get into it too much. All right, guys, I'm going to bounce off here. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Thanks for showing up. We got 1,100 folks in our live stream today, which is pretty solid. Yeah, thanks for coming out, guys. It was awesome having you here and answering some questions. We might turn this into a thing where I do it a couple times a week and, just throw out questions or throw out answers to the questions you guys have. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to bounce off here, and I will catch you all later. Peace.